in Hollywood, and I get just in time. Oh my God, let's see what they're up to today. Don't know if I'll be here by myself, or maybe they're gonna make me walk around the other way. Oh, this door is locked. Oh, just these people are not consistent. It's right over there is the LAPD. This guy here must be a police officer. You wait. Hey guys, how's it going? Busy day. Oh my God, busy day. Hope you guys had a good day, good holiday. Getting back into the swing of things. Well, there's a bunch of people there, so that means they are late for their meeting. So I could breathe. Hi. Oh my God. I see audit. Shut the cult down. That's right. I love the audit's chair is pink.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How's it going?
Good. One step at a time.
Good. Hey kids, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hey. Glad to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I saw everything that Danny's turning on, but I told him that this is nothing to do with the go ones and let me know.
Oh, okay.
However, on the blue building, on the last street, this way before the main street, there's two vintage, one looks like a church, a house, and one apartment. And right now, scientists want it. Maybe we can get that historic, so they can't tear it down, which would be
Oh, interesting. Are you gonna be able to get by?
You can go first, I'll be able to.
Okay.
Okay. You know that,
Hey guys.
they haven't started. Oh, okay. It's saying expired, but I had her.
Oh, geez, look who's it. It's Officer White, our buddy.
Yeah, which one? What is that deadline? Oh, the film item? Yep, thank you. Film item? Yeah. Film item?
Okay. Hey Chris. Oh my God. So you guys. So this guy sitting behind me is Officer White. And he shows up here and shows up everywhere in places that he shouldn't even show up sometimes. But anyways, we'll see what he has to say today. We'll see what's going on here today. Hope you guys are all doing well, right? Here we go. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys are all here. Thank you for being here. I was running, but they're late again. But that's okay. Listen, you can tell my day has been crazy. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it. Let me tell you. We are working on it. Thank you from Dallas. I'm like, oh, let me see how my hair is doing. Oh, my hair's all over the place. You would think, right? But there's a lot going on. So he's like, what is it, cover your ass? I don't know.
They get first dibs at RSVP.
Basically, they were saying like we do that too, and I was like, I don't see why not. One piece of leading and competition. So that's been what they're going to do today.
I think we still have lots of space in all of them. Certainly the ones that are at the park.
Interesting. Thank you for letting me know that, Sue.
The Egyptian
I still need you to reach out to me, Sue.
So we told him that, and then, yeah, they just wanna know if they
He's already been recording this.
Oh, no. Hey, Elsa.
It's on mute.
Oh, okay. Should we restart the recording? Yeah. We're just waiting for our start. Anywhere on the camera set, and it's ready, then it's.
A 9-day? Really? Why a 9-day?
And especially with these movie nights coming up, I think it helps.
Email me at literally Michael. Marina, can you put that in there for me? Literally Michael at proton.me. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually keeping it this direction just because we want to have him in the background here again. Thank you, Marina.
Daniel said that too. Yes. Yes, we did sign him.
I can't believe I made it here in time. Thanks, yeah.
There wasn't a
Shoot me a number where I can reach you and we can jump on a phone call maybe later tonight.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Where he started. So, right.
Now he is, yeah. I love it, half a world away, right? Everybody's saying hi. Is that purple in my hair? Yeah, it is purple in my hair. I use a blue shampoo because if I don't, it'll get yellow from the rust in the water. So it's a little trick just to keep it white versus because like in our water, there's so much rust and minerals that it turns it yellow. So I like to keep it white as possible. And sometimes it does get a little blue. Hey, Laura. We got, you guys look at audit down here. There's audit down there. Everybody say hi at the audit. She's letting it rip these days.
Even the last one, the people have
Right? Oh my God, what would we do without it? I know, that's why I'm totally doing that on purpose. I can't believe me. So hope everybody had a great day today. I've been just really busy with our pet product and just taking care of pets.
Some of our members may be late, but the pizza will be here in 5 minutes.
We were just wondering.
Yeah, I think that there's a way for us to pay for our sins here. This is like a pizza indulgence to our constituents. Brought to you by you.
see this stuff. We'll click on it from the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
magic spiders. So if you want to click on that, hold on.
I'm good. Rather, your fur baby's 17 years old. How cute is that? We definitely need to get him on, or her, him or her, on longevity. We have one called Forever Young. You want to definitely get her on that, or him on that, for sure. In fact, it's been kind of exciting. We just actually,
Special notes for you. I will.
we just started actually doing a few of our formulas in humans. It's so funny. All our formulas are human grade for pets. And everybody's like, oh my God, when are you going to make it for us? When are you going to make it for us? So we just are shipping our first batch of human formulas to humans. And I'm actually taking Forever Young myself. So I just started today. So I'm excited to see how my body responds to it. Hopefully it'll give me a little more energy. And but yeah, if you guys, Marina, I don't know. Do you know the website for the pet product I work with, Marina? If you do, can you put it in the chat? Yeah, go ahead and post it. Yeah, definitely. We're just now starting to sell the Forever Young for humans. It comes in a pill form, and you take it every day, and it helps with your immune system and everything, like it does with our pets. It's crazy what it does for pets. It's amazing, so I just can't wait.
It doesn't count with Miller Online.
Hey, partytology. So maybe we scared Officer White away. I don't know. We'll see. And if you guys use the code literally when you check out, you save a nice little percentage. You see what he just did? You just try to get out of the camera. We're going to just put him right back in the camera. Look at who we have here, guys. We have Streets. We have Jessica. Let's see where they are. Oh, they're sitting behind me. There they are. Got a full house today, guys. Yeah. Yeah, once your pet gets like 10 years old, you definitely want to get your pet on this. It's amazing stuff. It's so amazing. Yeah, Jess is here, Streets is here, Audit's here.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna get started. We are waiting for one more person for quorum, but it doesn't really matter because there's a couple other things that don't require a vote. So we're just gonna press record online.
We're live, guys, with the meeting.
It is 6:14.
No, it's just,
Okay, fine.
like I'm sweating.
Okay, so,
It's crazy.
I'm signed in with
So if I pass out.
No, there's nothing for fleas, really.
can't hear.
I swear to God, I feel like everything. No, I can't get it right now.
So we'll start with, hi, okay, we have quorum. That's good.
Hey, hey.
We're just getting started. We need to start the minutes at 6:14. We'll get started with roll call. So I'm present, Daniel, other Daniel, Sunshine, Tamara, and we have absent Charles, Shawnee, and Kristen. still, but Daniel, do me a favor, when they come in and do more people trying payments, so make them start getting attendance and times. Because the agenda does say like if you miss 30 minutes, that counts for the third, towards 8 houses.
It's gonna be a busy night, guys.
Okay, so start with government representatives. I did tell Erica that we're doing that, I don't see her, is she on Monday?
She said no.
So that's it. And then, is anybody else here for government representatives? Other than, I think that's, okay. And then, I don't have anyone else on, I'm not sure.
You're good. Go have lunch.
Representatives? If not, maybe you can start us off. Do you mind giving us an LAPD report?
Sure.
Thanks a lot.
Oh boy, we got an LAPD report from.
Afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming and participating in your local government. Of interest, the LAPD has begun a new reporting system, moving from the traditional paper, writing everything out. It's now gone to, it's supposed to be more of a doing things digitally, uploading, cutting back on paperwork and whatnot. The interesting thing with that is it's affecting the ability to track stats. The way they do, it's like a new system, so we don't have updated numbers or anything like that. I don't have anything significant to report as far as that goes. I do know you were involved in some follow-up.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, and to be honest, that was the detectives in the regular process, which sometimes takes longer than.
No, that's great. If anybody wasn't here last month, somebody stole our street sign on Cosmo Street within the district. I actually was there to see the whole thing. They wouldn't come back. I told them I was gonna make a police report, I did, and the detective followed up, and I was able to identify. So that's what we're talking about. So be good Samaritans, and I think these things do work. Like you can get your citizen's arrest on, or you can just file police reports. So yeah, it's a true story. So go ahead. Sorry.
The only big event we have coming up on this is Pride. Yeah, it involves street closures. I don't remember. No, it's like any. Yeah, obviously heavy street closures, and but we'll have heavy presence for it. That's been a non-issue in the past.
And then something happened at Cello on Schrader, the USA Hostel old site.
Oh, this Cielo Hotel.
Cello, yeah, something that maybe Cielo, not Cello.
Which
Yeah.
which day? About a week or two ago.
I don't know. Crystal said there was a fire there. Is that a thing? Is there a fire there? No, it's more fire.
I got a fire alert from that LA, the fire alert that they came to our last meeting to talk about.
Oh, from, like.
Okay, so you wouldn't get that fire alert.
It's been a struggle with because it's vacant. You have break-ins and squatting, so we've cleared it out several times, and are trying to work with the owners to get better board up, being better secured, but it's still a work in progress.
So you don't know anything about the fire?
I don't know anything about the fire.
Probably have to know about it. What's going on with the owner? How come they don't open it?
Well, at this point now, it's going to need extensive like rehab because it's been destroyed.
Do you know why they didn't originally open it for so long? I don't know. All right, well, that's too bad. Yeah, we just heard those weren't there, right? That's basically all we know about it. But, yeah. And so no other stats or news in the neighborhood?
The nuisance, the stats of being used at.
Yeah, I mean.
Got it.
Okay.
These people.
Any more questions? Yes, ma'am. Was there a murder recently?
No,
Okay.
which is
I heard there was like a car accident on or something.
there haven't been any murders there.
Is this the weather? Yeah.
That was downtown.
Downtown.
Oh, not.
Not in Albany.
Okay, I got a question for you. I saw y'all guys cleared up finally, thanks for that, the encampment on McCadden. Did they just move to the next street over on Shredder? Is that just all they did?
There were, McCadden only had an actual, probably 2 or 3 tents. Most of that was just accumulated stuff. And several people were arrested for some outstanding warrants and things like that. And that's, some people may have moved
Got it.
and a lot of stuff was cleared.
Got it. So most of those guys were legit.
Several of them.
Either sound or safer sound. When you move somebody,
They just
another
moved
part,
to
another
right.
block.
I was at the Yarrow where you're talking about
Yeah.
today, and they said they're gonna be
They've been there
split
for
up
like
Sunset
4 years.
Studios site next.
That was the intention. It was previously been scheduled, they were postponed, so I don't know when.
Postponed because they don't have people working.
Oh, Tuesday coming up, but yeah, maybe. Any other board questions? Any stakeholder questions? I think 2 minutes? Oh, wait, 2. Yeah, please go ahead.
Vice Mayor and Officer White. I just want to ask, like, in general, for a noise complaint, how long does it take for LAPD to respond to just a simple noise complaint? My estimate is that it's going to take hours if they even show up. But the other day, and I know it's not right here in this council district, but since you're, LAPD, I need to bring it up that over in the Hollywood United area in front of La Poubelle, somebody was using a megaphone for a few minutes, protesting in front of, yes, it was across the street from Celebrity Center. Celebrity Center called in a noise complaint, used someone making noise outside of a church, and, I use that term loosely. And LAPD rained down like they were armed fugitives, kidnapping somebody. Numerous officers, numerous cars swarmed in, pulling somebody out of their vehicle, pushing people who, people who are there, and, for a noise complaint. I know that's not the norm. So we are seeing the bias of Scientology in bed with LAPD. And it will happen here, that's why I'm bringing it up here. It will happen here. When Scientology calls, LAPD will run. They will go overboard. They will violate rights. They will do whatever it takes to help Scientology. And and it's gotta stop. You guys are showing your bias. You're showing the corruption, and we don't want it anymore. And it's absolutely like beyond the pale. And that's not how you respond to a noise complaint. And you arrested the person and took them in for a noise complaint. Like, not even a minute on a megaphone, or maybe a couple of minutes. It's utterly ridiculous. Please cease and desist. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Yes, let's go for front and then we'll go back.
Yeah, you started talking about this digital form versus the written form. When's that going to go into action?
It's already in effect.
It's in effect. And is there a website that we go to?
There is online reporting which already has been up and running. And it's LAPD.online. LAPD online. And but this is specific to officers, as opposed to when officers respond and take. Previously, you would actually fill out a piece of paper, people would sign right there. Now it's all done. Actually, you do it on your phone or like a tablet.
And what about our existing reports that we filed? What's happening with those? Are those being moved to digital, or do we still deal with those the same way?
That's still, everything that was already previously done stays as it was. Everything now is transitioning to this new thing. It doesn't change the investigation or actually the way it's taken. It's just how it's brought into the system.
Okay.
Officer, if you don't mind, what's the best way to file a possible missing persons report? Is it by computer?
No, I believe missing persons, I don't believe that one's eligible for the online reporting. So that one, you either generate a call or people do come to the front desk to report them as well. So it just depends on the circumstances.
Okay, this is called Hollywood Division, or no?
Yeah, just north here on Wilcox.
Okay.
And back.
Yeah, so you mentioned online reporting. So a battery report, would that be done online or in the field?
It depends. Oh no, battery would be done in the field.
Only on the field, not online, right?
All the circumstances, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, because, you should talk to Sergeant James about that. He seems to think that it's being done online. She mentioned the relationship between Scientology and the LAPD. One of the biggest problems is Officer White right here. This guy right here. This is like one of the main Scientologist defenders. He's out of this division all the time at Scientology functions. If there's a Scientology function, Officer White's going to be here. Back to the council members, to the neighborhood council members, especially you and the lady in the middle. I got to tell you, we just added $110 million to LAPD budget while we cut housing and homelessness funding by $400 million. That happened last Thursday. That's our new budget. And part of the problem is you. You want a detective to come out over a street sign being stolen. You, yes you. The fact that we are doing that, that you are that much of a Karen to demand a detective about a street sign, when there are all types of things going on, especially at Hollywood Boulevard. No, it's a statement about the police. Don't cut me off. It's a statement about the police. Don't cut me
Not a
off.
question, wait for public comment.
It is a public comment. Exactly. This is not comment.
Section, this is questions for me.
But this is public comment.
You
Okay.
did call in, next person. Any other questions for?
You're a Karen lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Breaking the law is a great thing.
No, it's not a great thing.
Well, no, you're
But
worried about a street sign and you're not worried about the kids?
That's your priority. That's your priority.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, I've received like an email about noise complaints from the Godfrey Hotel rooftop, but I know that they're during the day hours. Can you share like what?
Well, she lives there, right? That's your place, shit.
The Godfrey does have conditions for their rooftop use that it doesn't necessarily have to be like after 10 p.m. or anything.
Right.
They have to be cognizant of their noise throughout the day period.
Oh, okay.
And you can feel free to direct anyone, to us. We'll work with those.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Erica, you want to come up next for a power list? Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for coming over.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Erica Dowdy. I help support the Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council, as well as 7 other neighborhood councils throughout the city of Los Angeles. Before heading over to tonight's meeting, I did send the board an email with all of my announcements and updates, so I won't go too into detail onto what is on that email, but some announcements that I think is both beneficial for the public as well as for the board are a few. The first one being that the Congress of Neighborhoods event is scheduled for Saturday, September 28th. So this is a free and open to the public event that is going to be taking place at Los Angeles City Hall. It is put together by a handful of neighborhood council board members as well as community members that are interested in connecting the residents of Los Angeles to our departments, city officials, and whatnot. Every year they put on this huge event. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, but at the last event there was about 500 or over 500. Over 700. So this is a huge event that they have every year. So mark your calendars, and of course to the board, they're willingly open to take any contributions.
I thought you guys would
I
like
can
that.
take questions as soon as I'm done with my announcements. The second one is being that for anyone who is not a board member but a stakeholder that is on a committee, we are asking both the neighborhood council board members as well as the stakeholder committee members to complete the code of conduct training. We're asking everyone to get that done by June 3rd. If you have any questions about how do I do that training, do I need to, how do I gain access to that document, I'm here to support with that as well as the board, so feel free to let me know if you have any questions about that. And then lastly, but certainly not least, as I mentioned last time, given that we're towards the end of the fiscal year, we do have some deadlines to keep in mind. June 1st is the last date for this board to cut any checks. And so if there's any interest from organizations to submit an NPG application or
Mr. Chris, guys.
June 1st is the deadline. And then lastly, the last thing that I'll share is that I want to just give everyone in the room a heads up that the board is able to ask stakeholders to leave if they find that you are being disruptive. So we'll give 3 verbal warnings. After that 3rd verbal warning, we will ask for you to leave. So I ask that we all be respectful and give each other the time that is allocated to us. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Real quick, the event at City Hall, when it's Saturday or?
It's Saturday, September 28th.
Okay, what time?
You know what, I don't have the time on the top of my head. I know that the planning committee is working through the logistics, but in the past it has been an all-day event. I want to say from like 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m. So I can share additional details as they come about.
Any questions from the board?
Oh, I think there's.
Sheila has a question?
Yeah, quick question, for the board training. If my committees or board doesn't finish the thing in by June 3rd, what will happen? What's the deal?
So this training is issued by the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners, and so In that document that you're signed, there is some detailed information of what those restrictions are. For board members, if you don't have this training completed, that means you cannot vote on those, well, really on all items, funding and non-funding items. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you also don't count towards quorum. As it relates to the stakeholder committee members, there are some additional consequences to not completing the training. I don't know for certain, so I don't want to misspeak at this point.
This is the same training that we did last year?
It's an amended.
So same but amended.
Right.
So I gotta make sure everybody on this, I'll follow up with everybody on the board by June 2nd. Well, I guess it'll be by the next June meeting.
Right. I mean, technically, we're asking everyone to complete it by June 3rd, but it wouldn't impact the board until our.
And we completed it online, we got an email with a link.
You got it? Okay, yeah.
We got an email with a link to it online.
I saw that.
Same thing, you know, like the Angelino.
That's right, so for our neighborhood council board members, it's through the Cornerstone portal.
That's right.
For our stakeholder committee members, it's gonna be simply printing that code of conduct training, having them read and sign, and then giving it back to the board for you all to keep record of that.
Okay, so Tamara, you heard that right? We make sure to follow up with everybody, make sure we got that on email. Okay, thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that is all.
Any other questions? I see no hands, I see no hands. Okay, thank you so much. Are there any other government representatives in attendance? Anyone online?
I have some ties if you don't know who I am.
Government representative?
Well, they know who I am, and I have some ties. I do a little bit more writing for Hollywood, but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's government representatives, like it's the city.
Bishop's not on it.
Okay, so then that concludes this portion of the agenda. Next, we'll open up to public comment. People have up to 2 minutes of public comment on anything not on the agenda. And then we'll have a timer for it. So if you have public comment, please raise your hand. Thank you. Please look to start the timer.
Hi, of course, it's gonna be related to Scientology, but, it's broken record here, but I'm bringing a different aspect to it. In SB4, I don't know if you're aware of that, the state, created a law where religious, institutions can, whatever property they've owned prior to, January, I believe it was 2024, they can build, any kind of housing that they want. And so now the city council is trying to do 23-172 council file, to make it where that date is endless. So my concern is that Scientology will, if this passes through the council, will be able to buy up every property, they have, any property they want, and turn it into high level, like 6-story housing. Like, we could become the metropolis of Scientology, like, that's how far it could go. And so it's not just Scientology, I mean, it's just only for religious-based organizations. But do we as a city want any group that can just take whatever property they want and by right build all this housing? I understand we have a housing crisis, but you can see how that can become a problem. For me, it's because of the Scientology aspect. I can see them doing that. I believe they already are, if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking into it. But I'm asking you to please, as a board, consider looking into, it's SB4 is the state law, and then the council district 23-172, and because and ask them not to vote no. Now, this SB4 is already in law, so they can already build as long as they owned it prior to January, but we don't want them doing it ongoing and changing the date to indefinite. Thank you.
Thank you. Public comment on non-agenda items? Yes, sir.
Speaking of properties, ladies and gentlemen, Central Hollywood, thank you for the opportunity to speak. Just discussing how we can change graffiti and trash and littering, utilizing vacant commercial properties and benefit our communities. Across the United States, it does show that the occupied property is significantly better between the vandalism and littering. 20 to 30% reduction is such activities compared to vacant ones. Here in Hollywood, we achieved this similar improvement in transforming empty spaces into vibrant centers and local businesses and communities, not just property buildings. Our proposed initiative aims to do just that. I ran for Central Hollywood Neighborhood City Council last year just to show my dedication behind this. We got a remarkable individuals working with me, Quante Bosco Adams, author of the bestseller book called Chasing Freedom. He also has a #1 movie on Peacock right now called Bosco about prison reform bill. And Cassandra Cooper, owner of the successful movie studio, and we have education speakers as well that's along with this. This project is not only revitalizing neglected areas, but it's also to provide sustainable revenues and event workshops, ensuring long-term impact. This engaged local, this events that we're planning on putting together is not just gonna shape Central Hollywood, but additionally review the streams of like having art shows, music performances, film festivals, city production courses, meditation sessions, yoga classes, sound therapy, VR experiences, partnershiping with other schools outside of the Central Hollywood. Will actually extend our education for science as well. So I thank you guys for considering what we're trying to do, which is building the community, make it better.
20 seconds.
Make it better for not just only just ourselves, but LA, period. And I feel like we should have a metropolis of art because apparently that's what we present. Thank you guys, and if y'all have any comments, actions, verbalization, pointers, let us know. This is our team out here. Thank you.
Thank you for that comment. Next, public comment, yes, sir, in the front.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off of what the lady down at the end said. As city board members, I highly recommend that you guys take a clear look at Clearwater, Florida, and look at what Scientology has done there. They've actually bought up one building after another building after another building, and the city is actually dead. There's no restaurants open, there's no activity downtown. The city's now trying to fight to get their buildings back. They're trying to either do domain, public domain back to get some of the buildings back, but Scientology is back at it again. They're doing this in every city across the United States, and I think that if you guys are really concerned about your city, you really need to take some time and investigate what this cult is doing to the city, and the relationship that they're building with their police officers is really it's not fair to our community. And that's why we're here. We want to have a fair community. I yield my time.
Thank you. Next public comment, yes, sir, in the back.
Yeah, I'm representing Heart Forward, and I'm not sure if this is where I should be speaking or not, but we wanted to talk about the upcoming series of movies. I know that you're talking about it later on Outreach. Specifically, I'm here with a member from the Hollywood Mental Health Clubhouse. We're very engaged with what's happening in the pilot project for Heart Forward relative to Hollywood 2.0. And what we'd like to do is get the neighborhood council engaged with what they're doing in supporting the people suffering with mental health issues.
Yeah, they
We'd like
are
to have you
apathetic.
reserve like 30 slots for us for each of the showings, so we can get people at Mark Twain facility, the Mental Health Clubhouse, Dilson Gower, and other facilities where we have people living in our community suffering with mental illnesses.
Thanks, John. We spoke earlier today, and please also make another comment. Public comment? Yes, sir.
Yeah, getting back to what I was talking about before, we are defunding the city right now because of these guys, the LAPD. Again, they got a $110 million increase. They already get 48.4% of our discretionary budget. And we just gave them a huge increase while we cut homelessness and housing spending by $400 million. They are defunding it. And the reason why, and I'll bring it back to you, is it's not helpful when we have Karens demanding police resources being used for petty things. I know that you like citing Citizen App all the time. Let me explain how Citizen App works. Citizen App has somebody in a control room listening to phone police radio, and whichever call sounds salacious, they post. And there's no follow-up afterwards. It's not accurate, and even White, the corrupt White, would admit that. So when I come in here and every week you cite, well, Citizen App says, you actually look like quite a fool. That's all I'm saying. I'll come back for the next one. Be angry.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
Public comment, there's no questions. We can make up 2 minutes for public comment. Okay, any other public comment? I see no hands. There's gonna be a couple online, so we'll go ahead and talk to folks. This one says call in user. Hi, you have up to 2 minutes for public comment.
Yeah, the LA City Council today voted 14 ayes. The one that confirmed Marquis Harris Thompson as the next LA City Council president, starting on September 20th of this year. Concord is termed out, so he will be stepping down in September. Just FYI, thank you.
Thank you for that public comment. Next is, Rogue Artist Ensemble, up to 2 minutes, please.
Yes, hello, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great, hi, my name is Sean, and I'm the artistic director for Rogue Artist Ensemble. We're a nonprofit arts organization in the city. And I had emailed with Mr. Perez about a project that we're gonna be doing in the Neighborhood Councils District at the LGBT Center this summer. We're working on a project called Happy Fall, a queer stunt spectacular that we've been developing for over 5 years with community members from the stunt community in Hollywood. The production is a stunt show that will be taking place and running for about 6 weeks at the center. And we're just really excited to share information about this project and hopefully partner with the neighborhood council to be able to promote the show and help raise awareness about the work we're doing. Not only are we going to be having a production, but we'll also be having a gallery exhibit that will include partners with the Natural History Museum and other institutions to bring historic archival photos of the stunt work and history of the stunts in Hollywood to the community to help complement the live theater production. It's going to be a really spectacular time, and I'm excited to keep sharing more information as we get closer to the premiere this August 17th at the LGBT Center.
Thank you for that comment. Thank you. Next up is OSA. It says OSA.
Jack Mehoff?
OSA, would you like to speak?
That's Office of Special Affairs, Scientology.
Yeah, that's a private call.
They're not speaking,
Oh,
so
okay.
we're gonna go on to the next.
I had a feeling.
Shelley, please take up 2 minutes.
Good evening, council. I'm just calling because I have not received a response from LAPD. I've sent a few messages regarding this. This is regarding Officer Brian White, who's there right now. Officer Brian White and I have 3 kids together, and he's behind on child support.
I'm sorry your guys' time gets taken.
Yeah, it's not nonsense. Ramona? That's a picture right there. Okay, last but not least, Ramona, 2 minutes, please. Ramona going once. Ramona going twice. Okay, ready to respond? Ramona stop speaking. Okay, so then that concludes public comment. Thank you for all of your comments. And next up, we're gonna go into NPG and then we'll go into club. So NPG, Sheila, would you like to come up? We're gonna be talking about the neighborhood grant for the shower program. Sheila, would you please stand right here so that we can get the camera and the full shot line? Let's make a motion to support the project and your letter, do you have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All right, take it away.
Hi, good evening. I'm the executive director of A Million Jobs, and we're a nonprofit that's been in existence since 2013. We're asking for $1,000 to go towards hiring a formerly homeless individual who's helping us with the showers over at the Hollywood Adventist Church in the Compassion Connection group. And this gentleman, we'll be paying him the $17.25 an hour, and for 60, we'll get about 60 hours for that, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions. The shower program's been operating for the last 5 years. I'm also the president of Hollywood United Neighborhood Council, and we're the original funders of that particular shower, the Showers Code, that is on that campus. And it's changed a little bit because we lost our portable shower, but we're getting a new one. So there's a few things that are happening there, but we serve about 50 to 75 individuals every day. Right now it's open Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, from 9 to 3.
Thanks a lot.
Public comment? Stakeholder comment?
Nobody's against this. This is amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Say you were the president of Hollywood United. Okay, because I plan on coming to your meeting in 2 weeks as well.
June 10th, yeah.
June 10th, but you don't seem to be have any planning land use ever?
We do, if we have an issue, nobody's been bringing anything up. And a couple of times it's been brought up, a lot of our members on the, I know, sorry, a lot of members on the board, we have a conflict.
Any questions about the NPD?
Well, I support the shower, I think that's great, and can I email you privately?
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
I've heard of the MPG, can you remind me?
A neighborhood first grant is funding that is, the neighborhood councils get 34,000. That's our total budget, and so we have the discretion as a board to vote on different neighborhood first grant, FP nonprofit organizations. And, as of, we listen to their presentations and vote yea or nay to support. Our particular board maxes out at $1,000 per NPG, and those require in-person attendance to present the project. And that is all. Are you have any questions on NPGs? Okay. All right, so, any other questions or comments about this NPG? Anybody online?
I have a question. Yes, sir. Have you, hired any, formerly homeless individuals before?
We have not, we've never paid for anybody, but they've been volunteering at the, so we're gonna volunteer to pay musicians. I actually have a letter of intent to individuals like that.
Would you like to read the letter? Let's do this letter. Cause they wrote a letter, so what are we gonna do, not get them out?
I was gonna email it to you.
Yeah, hey, does anybody know the letter just kind of long?
Okay.
It's very short.
Okay, all right, maybe.
Send us the letter, I wanna read the letter, nobody else read the letter.
You want me to or not?
No, just send it to us.
Okay, I'll email it to you. I'll email it to you directly. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna take a vote then, and you, don't understand us online, so, finance, so, I made a motion and Diego seconded it. Yes.
Yes.
I vote yes.
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 Senator Pomeroy? Okay, what about the three absent? Okay, great, so that concludes NPG, right? Really didn't want to- Thank you, so then Plum Mario, Shawty did ask that you come up about, Plum, would you like to come up for a presentation? Sure. Thank you so much, so Shawty did ask for that, Hi, how are you? Your presentation, you post, I think, so you have a thumb drive? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, this one's set. And then, what's the address for this?
This corner, southeast corner of, Sunset. There's the tower, the light tower, the greens and, Chipotle. It's right around basically the backside of the outside.
And are you the owners or the owners? Oh, you're here.
I'm like, so what's it gonna be? And they're like, oh, what's the presentation? Well, what's it gonna be? Like, why am I asking this dumb question?
We have another in the city of LA, it's on the west side. We're all over the side.
What's the name of the company?
Sarah Fridges Group.
So one on the west side and then this one.
It always is, you guys. It always is.
Is that the same one? Is that the same building with the Chipotle building?
Yeah.
Because the Chipotle building had come to us before about, the movies in that corner where Starbucks used to be, and then going on. Is that
Right.
also your group?
That's part of the group.
You guys weren't here for that, right?
No,
Personally?
no.
I remember that one.
That's probably mainly because the creators
I see. The one that's not. Yeah, I mean, they're just going up, they're basically going up to, I don't know how high.
Yeah.
No, but the tower is where, yeah. How tall is the tower? 15? 14?
No, it's like.
19, yes.
Oh, so you're gonna tear some down, put it in the
No,
building?
that was a different project, that was Chipotle.
I guess I'll just watch it.
Yeah.
everybody for having us tonight. My name is Samantha Warrenfeld, and I'm doing community outreach with Gateway Forward. I'm joined by Lady Howard, who's there, Regis, developer for the site. We're gonna introduce you to our project on the corner of Sunset and Vine. Alright, so the site is at the corner of Sunset and Vine, where there's an existing 19-story tower next to the historic Torch and Camera Shop, which is right here. We're proposing an urban infill project to replace the surface parking lot in the one-story retail throughout the site. Alright, so the project would include 170 new residential units built around the existing 64 units in the tower. This would include 26 very low income and 8 low income affordable housing units. The proposed project is an 8-story mixed-use podium building consisting of over 16,000 square feet of new retail and restaurant space on the ground floor. Additionally, we're not required to provide parking, however, we are providing 284 parking spaces. Here is a site plan of the ground floor of the development site. The existing tower on the corner is to remain with new retail and restaurant space throughout. This is a site plan of the podium level, which includes a pool, clubhouse, fitness center, and courtyard for residents to enjoy. And residents of the existing tower have full access to these amenities through a bridge connecting the two. Next slide, please. All right, now I'm going to take you through some rendering of the project. This is a view from the corner of Sunset and Vine, looking on to the existing tower and new ground floor retail and restaurant space. Next slide, please. This is a view from Sunset, and you can see how there's ground floor retail and then 6 stories of residential built on top of that. This is an historic Northern Camera Shop, which exists on the site today. It is staying and is proposed as a new restaurant space. Perfect. This is a view of Leland and Vine. Leland is the street directly behind Sunset. Okay, and here is a view of Vine. You can see the new landscaping throughout the entire site to make it more activation, inviting for pedestrians and visitors. Here is the podium space throughout the ground floor where activity pedestrian experience along Sunset. We're also providing 34 very needed affordable housing units. And by building around the existing tower, we generate new housing without displacing current residents. Additionally, we're getting rid of unattractive and uninviting service parking lots and providing new escaping from the whole site. All right, thank you so much. We're happy to answer any questions. We appreciate your time tonight and we hope that we have your support.
Thank you. So we'll start with public comment. Folks can make public comment relating to this agenda item for up to 2 minutes. After public comment, we'll go to board discussion.
Question?
Yeah, so we're gonna ask the developers not to respond to every question, until all public comment has been exhausted. So, why don't we start over on this side with the bike rider over here?
Just a comment, not a question. Why don't you build something needs and wants like a single family dwelling, a 1-story, 4 duplex, something that people want instead of these, which are gonna bring too many people in a congested area. We don't want any more high density, single family dwellings. Start doing something right. That's my comment.
Thank you.
Yes, can you tell me who the owner of the property is and the name of the developer? I'm sorry, because I missed that. And you're saying there are, there's going to be 34 low income. Is there going to be any, the lower, I forget how they term it, but lower, thank you, very low income.
We'll let all the public comments, if you don't mind trying to remember.
We'll respond to that.
Sure. I think there was another hand up in the back.
Yeah, what type of subsidies are you guys getting for this, and especially compared to how many affordable, when you say affordable, affordable means a lot of things. Affordable can end up being $2,500 a month rent, $3,000 a month rent. So I'd like to know what you call affordable housing there, and what subsidies you got from the city and state.
Thank you. And then the 2 minutes.
Yeah, are you guys doing anything LEED with the building? And leader? Are you, because I didn't see much green space there, so is this a LEED building?
Yeah, we can go over that.
Okay.
Last call for public comment.
Yeah, what's the anticipated range of your market rate apartments?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I think I have some bright ideas for you guys that can help the community right there, and I would love to talk to you guys about that.
Any other public comment? Last call for public comment? All right, I appreciate you being patient with that, please.
Sure. You want us to answer these questions first before we go to you guys? or-
So next is response to public comment. We have an opportunity to respond to public comment, and then board members will ask questions, and then we'll go into our board deliberation.
Okay.
Well, I believe the first question was about the developers. The developers is Sarah Creech's group. They tower secure on their behalf tonight.
Yeah, there's a larger firm that actually owns the site, owns the tower and manages it right now, and the property is called Invesco. But Sarah Sharita's group is the developer on this. Can you go back to the affordable breakdown here? Oh, sorry.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah, so the affordable requirements on this project are 28 very low income units and 8 low income units. Those are actually set by the city. Those are set by the city and even the state. Very low, I believe, is 50% of median income. You can't make more than that. And low income is, my numbers may be a little bit off. I think low is 80% of area median income. Yeah. So we have 20% of the units are considered affordable on the project. You had asked about green building.
Lead, yeah.
Lead, green building, yeah, so we're required to comply with the state of California and the city of LA's green building requirements, which are equivalent to LEED. And when we start building this, it's gonna be equivalent to probably gold LEED. We're also gonna be required to put solar. It's gonna be an all-electric building, probably have that battery backup on that. There's recycling, there's lower energy usage, appliances, everything top to bottom is gonna have to meet all those requirements.
Are you applying for LEED certification?
Sorry, the public comment period is closed, so we can't go back and forth anymore.
Yeah, so, I don't know if we're gonna apply for LEED itself because of the requirements for city. A lot of those are more stringent than LEED, and it does cost money. I mean, we're gonna be complying with it. I don't know if we're gonna actually apply for it. Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't get my question answered about subsidies.
We're getting 0 subsidies from the city.
There was also a question
From the
about-
state?
From 0 from the state, 0 from the federal government.
There was also a question about the market rate units, what the price range would be.
I'm not sure what the market rate is right in the immediate area, because I haven't looked at rents in a while, but they'll be comparable to all of the new buildings that are along. There's a new building already, next door that's built. If we opened up, we'd be the same rents as those.
Thank you for responding to public comment. I'm now gonna open it up to our board members to ask questions. Karen?
So, we have, several of these type of mixed-use residential and commercial buildings now popping up, at all the major intersections. Some of them have been here now for, 10 years. Are you, do you have any idea of what the occupancy rates are in those buildings?
If you're talking about the residential units, most of those buildings are at 95% occupied. Unless they're in lease-up, unless they're newer and they're still trying to fill the building out. But as far as I know, the last numbers I looked at, Hollywood for newer apartments is like a 92-93% occupancy on average.
Who are the board members? Nine also has a question. She's one of our board members participating via Zoom. Nine, did you want to ask a question?
Yeah, hi, everybody. Just clarification, this is where the CVS, is it Blaze, European Wax, all of those, retail places are in this area, right? Or is the next block up?
Where the 10 Degrees is, the 10 Degrees and the Chipotle will stay. I think Fabiola's Cafe is part of the building that we're gonna be taking down. But it's at 10 Degrees and Chipotle corner.
Okay, and there used to be like a CVS or Walgreens or something like that. I know
That's wrong
where
corner.
it's at.
Wrong corner.
That's a different block.
Okay. No, my point is that, is there a possibility to bring something like that back? Like to that street, like it's for retail space, I think you guys said you're gonna have some. Is there a possibility it might be like a CVS or a Walgreens or something like that?
Our retail is not configured to have a store the size and shape of a CVS or Walgreens. We're more inline retail, we're expecting mostly restaurants, food, that sort of thing.
Okay, and then how long are you, thinking it's gonna take you to get those retail spaces full?
You gotta build the building first.
They have a lot of retail spaces.
Yeah, I mean, we're still a number of years away from starting construction, but as soon as we're under construction, we'll be marketing the space, and, you know, it takes a while because they have to sign the lease, then they have to design the space, and then they have to build it out, so, you know, that process can take a year and a half, but we try and start leasing while we're under construction and well before we open up.
Okay, thank you.
I have a few comments. This is something that we bring up to Plum all the time. One is, could you, for outreach in the residential areas, just let folks know they're within CHNC boundaries, or a welcome package of some sort, or if it's online, just some way of alerting folks about our neighborhood being here, meeting every month?
Yeah.
Second, thank you. Business side, to try to make like an unofficial commitment to try to hire local with like a 1 mile radius so that congestion, traffic, parking is lessened. People can walk or bike to work at these ground floor facilities. Thank you. And the third, not least, developers of this size, we've asked if there's any way that you would consider making any sort of enterprise, nonprofit, local commitment contribution to anything, not just unofficially, to anything in the neighborhood within walking distance of the agency borders, to just arts, greenery,
Certainly.
something of that sort.
Certainly.
I know there's a park developer fee, I believe it's like 1%. I know that goes towards it, but something else that within CHNC, again, was like minority owned,
Right.
female owned, something of that nature. I don't know if there's an organization that you like, but something enterprise like,
Sure.
a small business.
Certainly.
Like a community space type thing?
Yeah,
Like something that they really use essentially for like, cause it's like a really big space, I'm sure
Yeah.
there's so much space that it's, our intention is to garner engagement from the constituency in general. So that way we can all build stronger communities and have a vibrant city.
As an example, Omni, who's probably a comparable development size, they actually committed to providing small square footage to an enterprise at their choice. Again, minority owned or something, nonprofit, like to be in that ground floor unit. I know that's a hard ask because it's like a market rate, or sort of contributions towards something like that. So it's an open-ended conversation, but hoping that you can invest in our communities. I'm not sure if y'all live here, but obviously the building is. So I think
Happy to
that.
have further discussion.
I think just adding on to what Melissa said, and I think what was earlier, just while space is being leased up, allowing for some temporary uses of it by local community organizations or by the parks as well, even if it's not like permanent use, just, we've seen a lot of issues with spaces taking years to lease up and just remaining vacant, and that has caused a lot of problems with the
And then
neighborhood.
have
So-
organizations to pitch if you have the vacancies to offer.
Right.
And a great example of Hollywood Food Coalition is in that post-production building that's going through entitlements. That's a fantastic use of empty space because they're actually giving food back to the nonprofits in the neighborhood. So you're not gonna have space to Sean's point, that's very permanent. I know right now it's not, right now it's being utilized by Better Greens and other people. So let's just say they have to move out. If you have the space, please do that. And don't keep them vacant or it might turn into that shallow building.
Yeah, we've had experience with the Woody building. We're very happy.
You know.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Yes, sir.
We got what you need. Exactly what you, yes.
Same.
Same thing.
Aye. Okay, well then that closes that board side, right? If no one else has any comments on board, then let's vote. So I make a motion to support the project with support for outreach in the residential. Okay, one second. I'm just gonna make a comment on those three I'm gonna make a motion with those three things that I said, kind of, and so we can kind of keep this on end. I'm just waiting for them to get computer.
Like, we support you as long as.
Yeah, just to kind of keep it on record that, yeah, they said I was able to do those three things, which will benefit you as much as us, so we're
Right.
learning.
you can have our conditional love.
It's a community.
Of course.
Sorry, sorry, the document.
They
Sorry, it's
always
not
do.
my computer.
And they don't even know what they're voting on.
You know, I can do, like, maybe talk text it on like notes. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I recorded what you said earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna talk text. I make a motion to support the project with outreach to the residential residents, to the residential portion of the project, letting them know that we can see.
It drives me nuts. You guys are just crazy.
Flyer or some sort of notification, right? For hiring locally in the retail section, so that we save on parking congestion and just environmental reasons. And are they to make some sort of contribution to an enterprise that is local with its agency boundaries, specifically like minority owned or woman owned small business, whether that be pre or post construction, meaning while you're building, you have vacancies, you reach out to a nonprofit to utilize that space, or post, you offer something that's below market rate to offer to a local nonprofit or enterprise-based B Corp type organization that benefits our local community. Do I have a second? Yeah, totally. The first one was to provide outreach to the residential portion of the project, that they are within state agency boundaries. Second is to hire locally at the retail components, if at all possible. Not a requirement, just try. Just try, like an affirmative action type of thing. Like if this person lives in San Gabriel Valley and this person lives on Wilcox, and I think go with Wilcox, and more equal value or equal workmanship. And the third one being the most important, I think, is just some sort of contribution, monetarily or in like to an enterprise, nonprofit, B Corp, in the minority or woman, veteran, handicap, literally anything that speaks to you in your organization. Go to second. Thank you. Okay, and if anybody's not opposed to those three hopes, then we'll vote. Is anybody opposed to the motion? Is anybody abstain? Okay, then we'll write a letter of support for you. If you could please just reach out to Shawnee, she will write it, and we'll both sign it, and then you can put it in the case file. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Have a good night.
your willingness. Thank you. Okay, so that concludes that, okay. So, next we're talking about movie night, because, John and the clubhouse are gonna be kind of talking to us about this, so Daniel, take it away.
Sure.
It's great for everyone to know about this too.
Yeah, so the Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council is having our annual movie night screenings again, and this year it's going to be bigger and better than ever. We're going to be doing 6 screenings. The first is going to be in just a couple of weeks at the Egyptian Theater. Netflix is doing a pre-release screening for us on June 11th at 7. And then you can see the dates of the others on the screen, but all of the screenings will be free, including the ones at the El Capitan, the Los Angeles LGBT Center, and the Egyptian, which is incredible. Happy to be partnering and providing some family fun community programming this summer. We ask that you RSVP because the venues do have capacity limits, so you'll be able to see on our website, on our social media accounts, the QR code, or you can just go on chmc.org and RSVP, but just let us know how many of your party will be coming so that we can eventually start a wait list. I just say RSVP soon because they're already starting to fill up. I would like to talk about staffing, but I'm happy to give the floor over to John. John, would you mind talking to us about how we can support our community partners?
Yeah, one of the things we're trying to do with Hollywood 2.0 is basically create a community. Oh, sure.
Then people on Zoom can also hear you. Good timing.
This is when you pick up and say, I'm so important right now. Like, so important. Just please call me another time.
Sorry about that.
No worries, just right there. In front of the.
Oh,
There's a little robot.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. before, I'm representing Heart Forward LA. And one of the things that we do are trying to provide programs that are very similar to what's happening in a little small village in Italy called Trieste. Where basically they're trying to have an entire community support people that are suffering with severe mental illness. And what ended up happening is we helped the LA County Department of Mental Health submit a proposal to the state to do a pilot project for 5 years. And they received funding for that. And we have a number of facilities around Los Angeles specifically for either permanent supportive, interim supportive, acute care for people suffering with severe mental illness. And one of the things we've been trying to do is provide kind of some normalcy to people that are residents of these various facilities. And so when I saw the movie nights come out, I thought, oh, this is great. We'll get a group of people to get together to go to movie night. And one of the things that we do through Clubhouse is we try to develop initiatives where basically the members actually drive the process. So this afternoon, we actually had a couple members call Elvina and say, hey, this is what we're doing. We'd like to see if you can support us. They'll actually get involved in doing kind of an online sign-up sheet so that, again, they're learning the computer aspect so they can do the online sheet. We can watch for which movies we actually have interest. Then they actually have to try to figure out how the logistics of getting people there. Again, it's going to be member-driven so that, again, it's kind of letting them run their show if they want to. And so it would really be helpful for us if you could reserve 30 seats for us at each of the movies. That would be fantastic. And that'll help us pull together multiple facilities.
That's great, John, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah?
Oh, please.
What happened to that funding? It was funded in 2018, correct?
Actually,
Trust right?
Trust
Yeah.
No, we're actually going to start the third fiscal year in July of this year. So
But
we
it was-
go back 2022. What ended up happening is COVID.
I remember we got funded, then COVID happened.
And we couldn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah. So we actually have a pop-up clubhouse.
No, I appreciate this conversation. This is why we love our meetings.
We'll do
You
it
guys
outside.
mind offlining on that one? So we can stay on
This
the-
is probably the best part.
Thank you.
You know what, let's listen to you talk about your street sign being. You guys should have your own meeting, you guys have better stuff. You guys.
Yeah.
This is
Good
for
for
our
you
board
guys.
now.
Okay, the movie nights, let's talk about movie.
So we learned when we last did this that we need a little bit more, not and I can attest to this, we need a little bit more people power with helping fund these. So I think if we have 4 board members at each of these screenings will be covered. So I want to go down and put people on the spot and ask if which of the screenings you're able to attend, because we need the people power to be able to help. So does anyone want to start by? Oh, sorry, I put them on the screen and I realized you can't even see them. So the first one is on June 11th. If people are able to look at their calendars and see June 11th at the Egyptian.
I mean, I wanna come to this meeting again.
Okay, so let me put up,
What time?
so setup is at 5.
Which movie's that one?
So we show up at 5 and the movie starts at 7. That one is the Netflix series, Ultraman Rising.
We show up at 5 and the screen starts at 7?
Correct.
What's it meant, like,
This
we have to
was-
stay for one screening?
Yes, because there's 3 of it, yeah.
Can we leave during the middle of this and then clean up
At
again?
the end.
Okay.
At the beginning.
Let me put Tamara Diab for.
Tuesday, 11, Tuesday? Okay, I can be there on Tuesday, that's fine. Okay, I can get there, so yeah,
I'll put Sunshine leave during the.
I don't know, maybe not, I'm just curious, unless they're on time.
No, it's not that.
That's all I'm saying.
And it's just ridiculous what they get involved with their conversations. I mean, here you're here to build a city. You know, you had this company that wants to build this building. They won't even do LEED certified, which maintains leadership
July 31st?
in environmental and energy design, and it makes it more efficient for the city and for the people that live in it. And they don't even want to approach that, but they're worried about movie nights. Who's going to help me for movie nights? But let's build a building that's just put together.
It's pretty much just checking people in because they have their own fees.
Yeah, and then you've got this guy back here that walked to the bathroom with the girl in the center, the leader of the meeting. Those two walked out of the room and into the out to the bathroom themselves. So I think there's some sort of relationship going on there, maybe potentially. I don't know. I may be completely wrong with that, but you see it. They're still talking about who's going to check in people at the movie.
So I can't be there on July 6th, so we need 4 people on July 6th. That one's the Hollywood Rec Center set up at 6, it'll be in Sunset.
Lead takes money out of the developer's pocket, but they've got so much money, it's ridiculous. And the city of Santa Monica will not even let you build a building without it being LEED certified.
I need 2 other people for July 6th. Okay, let's. Okay, looks like Charles and Daniel have some. Okay, July 19th at the El Capitan Theater.
Is this something that could be done outside of the meeting?
Unfortunately not, due to the Brown Act. We're not allowed to have conversations outside the meeting. Appreciate patience. Okay. I'll leave that. Yes, that's at the El Capitan.
Same time, set up at 5.
Set up at 5, movie at 7.
I can replace that.
Thank you. Okay, I will, yeah, we need 1 more person, so I'll hold that one. July 31st, 9 and I. Sunshine. Setup. That one's at the laundry.
Oh, cool.
Okay, and then the last one, August 10th at Hollywood Rec Center.
I'm gonna let us know set that night.
Oh, have fun.
Thank you.
Well, we're so excited for you.
August 4th, I'm sorry, August 10th.
Yeah, I can.
I can say that.
Okay. So, it's July 6th, we need people, because right now it's just Tamara and Juan. And then June 25th, July 19th, and then August 10th. So, thank you. I'll follow up with more information. The other thing I wanted to discuss with this item is promo. So far we've sent it to all the local schools in the area and sent a newsletter out about it. If there are any organizations that you work with, like if we want to send it to the Boys and Girls Club, if we want to send it to them, if we want to send it to, I'll take care of the parks. But right now it's just let everyone know.
How about some flyers? Do you want to, like, if you give me some flyers, or I can just print it out and I can
It's ridiculous that they have these kids running this meeting.
I'm also going to do some posters at Hollywood Rec Center right there on the.
Now they're talking about posters.
If you think of any other places to put up posters.
if you just,
Maybe get a plane, fly a banner across the sky.
then I can go to
What was he gonna say?
Huh?
What was he gonna say?
Movie night.
Oh, yeah. Flyers.
I've seen worse stories.
Or do you want to volunteer?
Okay.
A lot of these people volunteer.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all volunteers.
By the route.
But you see, they like,
Okay.
it's like when I brought up like the lead, Santa Monica would not let a building go up in Santa Monica. It's got to be LEED certified because it's all about the environment. It's about the quality of the paint. The cheapness of the building. But we're going to try to do something. No, they didn't have enough green space. I'm a designer, so they don't care about Hollywood. These people don't care about
I spoke
Hollywood.
about this prior, and the people who came asking for money to help put this on said that they are aware of it. That Scientology, what they do at the info center, which is within your scope here, they would go get fake movie tickets they would dress up like they work for the Egyptian, go pass out movie tickets. People, your public's thinking, oh, I'm getting a free movie, and then they found out they had to go back to the information center to see it, and then they're being dragged in, so it's predatory. So as all you're there, I hope you all just keep your eyes open and look out for that. Because if that is going on, that kind of level of predatory is continuing to happen, it needs to be stopped. Thank you.
One, are all the event areas going to be wheelchair and handicap accessible? And will there be signing or hard of hearing?
Great questions. All our locations are ADA accessible and all of the movies are captioned.
Okay, and then I also want to talk about the same thing LA did about the Scientology, not wanting to take all the tickets and then fair gaming or safe pointing the community. So it would be nice that you watch for that.
Thank you for your comment. Next comment is, Jill? Hi, Jill?
I'm Jeff Capapadessa, the acting whore.
So why, yours?
Okay, so there's no more comments in public, public comment.
Yes. So the Public Works Council will have a booth at LA Pride.
Sorry, guys. We have an LA's Pride booth that we're talking about.
And I forgot.
The date on that? You have a date?
It's June 9th. I think 8th is the.
We talked
It's
about
a Sunday.
June 9th.
It's a Sunday. Ah,
So I'll
brilliant.
deal with you.
It's the 9th, the Sunday.
Thank you, LA Pride, in Hollywood, CHNC table. If any of you have visited the Pride in Hollywood before, it is so much fun and we have great swag. So tote bags, t-shirts, we usually do this wheel, you spin it, and then you get a freebie. So come visit us at the CHNC booth at Pride. Yeah, that's what the past years. You don't know the hours, do you?
Okay. 11 a.m.
Don't ask him.
to 2 p.m.
Okay.
Vendors are required to stay the duration of the event. So that's June 9th.
She keeps asking Officer White the hours, the date. He doesn't know anything.
We should all be available because it's going to take all of us.
All of us. I guess open, so I'll probably bring the swag with you.
I can come in the morning for a little bit, guys, but I have my workshops at 4, so, well, I can come before now, and,
It's a Sunday.
I feel like I'm at a faculty meeting for kindergartners.
It's a long day.
And I was thinking of night shift,
Which is from when to when?
from like, I mean, I want, yeah.
I think she has a crush on him.
I don't think anyone should do it by themselves, ideally. You're down the road.
I don't know, but.
I just feel like it could be boring. for the
Oh,
person.
boring, yes. I was gonna say. Yeah, no, boring. Boring.
Can we help out with that too, or? Copy after?
Yeah.
you can come hang out with us, whatever you want, my friend, we're just a bunch of guys, we out.
Can someone besides Daniel take the lead on this one, like staffing it, get organizing the board for staffing it, organizing the swag?
I'll do the swag.
Yeah, I think we should have a point person for this.
I can do one person.
Okay.
They'll look lovely anyway.
Okay. Okay,
I'll do
cool.
it.
So let Alvina know your.
You should have the name as the third person or something.
Yes.
I was thinking
I was
about
like,
the other day.
you know, like, the other day, you want me to do this?
I mean, it's most ridiculous to watch this.
Yeah, I'll take over Friday.
I mean, this needs to be like a TV show.
I came unprepared. I almost stopped calling cops from eating their lunch.
Public comments on.
No, they're volunteers.
That's literally all I did today.
No, okay, nothing new. All right, I just want to go on the consent calendar before you make the calendar thinking, but I'm just gonna, say, I'd like to make a motion, for the consent calendar as written. What's in it is the MERs from last month and the minutes from last month, which is all the supporting documents, so second.
Yes.
Second it. I'm gonna go down the line, just, hopefully everyone's gonna have a chance to look at it. Well, actually, any public comments? Any comments? Any public comments? Any online comments?
Jill.
Jill, do you have a comment on the consent calendar? Okay, all right, we're gonna vote on the consent calendar. Sunshine?
Yes.
Yes, Daniel? Okay, so then that's done with. Okay, just going on line for the rest of the. So now, you wanna talk about the homelessness item, or more about what?
It's them in the back.
Homelessness item, you wanna talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I gave a brief description, but if Erica wouldn't mind.
It's the homelessness
if she-
liaison.
Sure.
Yeah, Eric's gonna talk about it, right? Come on up.
Thank you so much, Erica.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, so I've actually mentioned this a couple of times in the past. Our department is asking neighborhood councils to appoint, I think it's up to 4 either board members or community stakeholders who are interested in coming together with having a collaborative approach on addressing homelessness within their community. So with this, there's going to be a series of meetings that are taking place in addition to events where we'll have speakers, workshops, what exactly relating to homelessness is occurring within your community. So again, it's a collaborative approach to addressing homelessness throughout the city. And so again, you can either be a board member or not even a committee member. If you're just a community member who is interested in this topic, you can be a part of this effort as well. So I sent out a couple of emails in the past with documents specifying the role of what it means to be a homelessness liaison. And in fact, our first event / official meeting is tomorrow.
Yeah, I have a few questions. So it's a great idea to always have any type of like homelessness, collaboration amongst organizations. That's part of the reason why our homelessness committee, joined with East Hollywood's homelessness committee so that we can, for that purpose. CD13 also has its homelessness committee. So in all of these, you're having representatives from different, service providers, sometimes sometimes government officials will attend and things like that, rarely. But, so I guess I'm saying like, how would this be different? Like, do you have access to anybody in like the mayor's office or anything like that? Like, what is the incentive? When you're already a member of 4 other homelessness collaboration committees, what does this one bring, I guess is my question.
I mean, aside from it being another avenue to addressing the issue, yes, I would say that we do have contacts. I mean, I do my best as an NGO to bring those contacts here, whether it's the city office. In fact, I just sent a calendar invite to our mayor rep, David, so I'm hoping he'd be attending in the future. But, oftentimes these department staff or officials aren't able to attend the specific NC homelessness committee meetings or these general board meetings. So if we say, hey, we don't just have one NC, we have several NCs coming together in the same space, they see it as an opportunity to speak not just to one neighborhood, but to several. And so I would say that, I mean, having everyone in one space is a benefit to them. And secondly, yes, we do have those contacts that, one, we're trying to strengthen those relationships, but 2, again, the more we hear how big of an issue homelessness is throughout our neighborhoods in the city, we're hoping that is just more pressure to get something done. And so I don't have the specifics of exactly what is different. Again, we have workshops, we have meetings, we're gonna have events, but I do know that this has been an effort that the department has put on in the past. I think it kind of fell off during the pandemic or whatnot, whether that was funding or a lack of capacity in terms of staff. But this event or this effort is kind of revamping that, so.
And you can attend virtually?
I actually think the event tomorrow is in person. However, in that one sheeter, and whoever's interested, I can share this with you. It does say that moving forward, the events can either be in person or virtual. It just really depends on the preference of the homelessness liaisons. So there's a lot of flexibility in this.
Where and when tomorrow?
So, it's gonna be tomorrow at City Hall. I can give you the room specifically. I don't have it on me right now, but I
but if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be from 6 to 8.
Is it downtown City Hall?
That's right, yes, thank you.
Is there another city hall?
Some room.
And again, whoever's interested, I know that we have it on our agenda, it's up to 4, and if you are interested and you're not on a committee or you're not on the board, please feel free to connect with the board, so that way they can have you fill out that form and then formally appoint you.
So, for this meeting tomorrow, can we just pop in and check it out, see if we're digging the vibe?
I mean, we are asking that the board formally appoint someone, but sure, right now, given that it's the first meeting, I mean, I can understand why you just wanna check it out before having that full commitment, I would say why not?
Commitment's
Yeah,
fine.
just connect with me, so that way I can make sure to have you on that list, and, you know, of course, there's parking arrangements, so I don't want you to show up and not be able to get in, so connect with me
Okay.
if you are interested.
Okay.
Any questions about this item? Yes, sir.
Yeah, will third parties be attending, groups like People's Concern and other nonprofits?
Yes, the idea is aside from city departments, we are looking to reach out to, and if they haven't already done so, to nonprofits, that help address the homelessness issue.
I mean, I know this doesn't concern you, but they haven't been paid in months. They stopped taking in new homeless people. Inside Safe has come to a complete standstill because no one's been paid. So I wanted to try to figure out if this is just a bunch of sort of appointees and elected officials just talking amongst themselves, or are they talking to the people who are actually out there in the street doing the work?
We're gonna do our best to do that outreach to other organizations, but we also understand that, I mean, sometimes we reach out to LASA and they say, sorry, you know, I reached out to them personally to attend some of our meetings, and sometimes the response is, we don't have the capacity right now. And so, right, if you can't get it with one organization, we keep touching base with several, so that way we can get that expertise in the same meeting space.
Do you expect LASA to be there?
For tomorrow's meeting, I'm not sure if they're gonna be in attendance, but again, that's not to say that we're not gonna reach out to them, we will.
Next one, roll.
And 9?
I just wanted 2 things. One, for anybody who has more questions about the role, the document is linked to the agenda. So you can go in there and you can see more information about the role. And then also 2, I have the address, if anybody is interested for tomorrow as well. It is 200 North Spring Street, 3rd floor, Los Angeles City Hall East, Controllers Conference Room.
Thank you, Nat. Yeah, but again,
She
please,
said, what did she say?
but again, please connect with me if you are interested in attending. We are, taking these forms as RSVP. So again, if you just wanna check it out, but you want to attend, let me know, so that way if you need any parking arrangements, you can your name on that list, that's something I can help with.
You can make sure, we'll bring it up at the homelessness committee meeting to see if we have any stakeholders that are interested in
Excellent.
joining too.
Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you so much. All right, so the last part of the agenda is gonna be the legislative action committee. So Daniel has, you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Okay, so the discussion and possible action to submit a community impact statement relating to the LA City Charter's ethics reform ballot.
Can you speak up?
Yes, it's on the agenda as well. This is, legislative action pack number 4A. It says discussion and possible action to submit a community impact statement relating to the LA City Charter ethics reform ballot measure. Daniel?
Yeah, so I wanted to bring this to the board, as a point of, and the public, as a point of information. We can also pass a CIS on this, but, it would be after the fact. The city council has already voted on this item. So for the background, after the, leak, the audio leak with council members and the LA Fed chair, there was lots of discussion about ethics reforms in city hall. And lots of council members submitted motions, lots of public outcry ensued, and basically the, one of the motions that was voted on was to draft a ballot measure for consideration in this November's election. And the Ethics Commission and other city departments weighed in on how we want to strengthen ethics at City Hall. And the recommendations from the Ethics Commission were numerous, and I encourage folks to read the council file linked on the agenda. The City Council, in voting last week, passed what is described as a much more watered down ballot measure. So I think it can be a very robust discussion if we choose to have it, but my personal feeling is disappointment that we had this opportunity to right some of the wrongs at City Hall. For example, the Ethics Commission their budget is controlled by the same people they're tasked with investigating, the City Council. So one of the recommendations was detach the Ethics Commission's budget from that review process so they're more independent. That was not one of the adopted ballot measures. So in November, we're going to go and vote on a number of items to strengthen ethics at City Hall. I wish they had gone much farther, but if as a board we'd like to comment on that, we are able to do so. And I will say, even though the City Council passed the motion, the City Attorney still has to come back with the language. The City Council passed the motion saying, City Attorney's Office, go write the ballot measure. They then have to do a final approval. So in that regard, there is still an opportunity for us to weigh in, but that's where we stand in terms of timeline.
On the topic, one of the most disappointing portions of what happened was that Kevin DeLeon remained on City Council, I know it's CP14, but then at injury and insult was a lame duck sitting on no committees until recent has been added back to committees because, well, tax dollars are being paid towards his salary, so of course we have to put him to work. But ultimately, I feel like he kind of got a trump card kind of voice, because he was like, yeah, no issue. So I'm questioning if this ethics commission would strengthen his removal, or a person like his removal in such an instance in the future.
That wasn't on the table. One of the things that was on the table that did get recommended for the ballot measure was increasing the penalties for violations of ethics in the ethics code. So the penalty prior was $5,000 for a violation. Now it's up to $15,000, which I still think is a little too
It's a
close.
$250,000 a year salary.
What are you doing now?
Well, he was part of the conversation in the background, name calling, and races, and Gil Cedillo.
And Rick CD.
But what he did was he played out the long game. And he said, I'm going to stay, and the next big thing will happen, and they'll forget about me. And unfortunately, he was right. And because to this day, he's still there.
Basically we're all mad at him because he didn't speak up.
No, because
He said that he's
But in the first place, they were having a private conversation about redistricting.
Yeah, redistricting CD 10.
He was it on. So what the hell's, okay.
They rigged CD 10.
There's no reject model in city council. They basically took him off every committee to say you're unfit to serve, but they couldn't remove him. Because there's no button for that. Yeah.
So could we write a community impact statement that says that we think he should be removed because we want him ethical?
There's an election in November, he's gone. I mean,
Just him, but I think it's more of like creating that mechanism.
Yeah.
But he's an example of survival of the not fit, and because everybody else like had the decency to say, I bow down, he was like, oh no, I'm gonna stay the course. And he fought with constituents during a holiday party, and I don't know if anyone's seen footage of that. He said my stakeholders love me and they'll vote me, and anyway, there was no mechanism for removal. So yeah, we had talked about this during
When I think the recording initially came out, we voted for him to resign.
we did vote for him to resign, but we're not CD14, so.
This could be more of a broader statement around city council.
I will say,
You know it.
before we go to public comment, that's okay.
For sure.
Organized labor came out very strongly opposed to these new ethics practices.
Everybody look at Chris's curls.
And I'm really upset that our council member was one of the ones who voted to water down these ethics reform. I understand that the representative.
Mr. Chris is in the house.
If they were here, I would ask them, why are you voting for this?
Same reason
Water
you voted against
numbers,
Jamie
more
York.
ethics, don't we want more ethics?
Yeah, so.
I mean, I
Not
want more
him,
ethics,
not Hugo.
and I'm a rascal.
Any other board members should go to stakeholders? Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, yeah, I wanted to bring up Jamie York and how they
Yes.
rejected her, rejected, the Ethics Commission. But mind you, we heard today how you guys, you have to sign a code of conduct, take, whatever, or you're gonna be, you can't vote. So they're making sure that, that you at the neighborhood council level have, have your TRs in, as a Scientologist would say. You have your, no, this is fine. But when it comes to the higher levels who are the higher levels, like, they're not interested in holding themselves accountable. And so that's why, there needs to be a pushback on that. And so please, because I agree with you, I love the fact that you're sitting there saying, hey, that you're willing to, address your own council person here and say, it's not good enough, I wish I could talk to you about it, like, I love that, I salute you tonight, you got the gold star tonight. And please keep doing that, like, Jamie York should have been,
Yes.
that should not have happened, it's not okay.
Okay, let's go, this, and back.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about how KDL was involved with that saying racist stuff, but you have to understand, the LA Fed conversation was about it was really a lobbying scandal, and it was about rigging CD10. You mentioned Jamie York, we talk about the city council member. Let's remember, Hugo was the one who put the wrench in the system to stop her from getting onto the Ethics Commission, because Hugo claimed that all that Jamie York asked for was that lobbyists of unions would not be able to give money directly to candidates. Just the lobbyists of the unions. When Hugo's been going around, and he said this just last week in council, saying that the ethics reform would somehow require every union member to register as a lobbyist. He's a liar. I say this again, Hugo Soto Martinez is a liar. And what he did to Jamie York is disgusting. The city needs Jamie York more than ever right now in the Ethics Commission. But, as you mentioned, organized labor, LA Fed, Unite Here 11, they were the ones that insisted that Jamie York's nomination be shot down. And they're the ones that insisted that the ethics reform be killed last week. That's the unions in this town. So you need to know who the enemies are and who your friends are. And I gotta tell you, when it comes to union leadership in LA, they are not your friends if you want to have some sort of accountability with politicians or with any of these entities. That's all I have to say. And one more thing. Once again, Jamie York is the greatest. She should be on the Ethics Commission.
You were saying that they were thinking about maybe getting rid of the council member. I forgot his name. Yeah, but I think that's what I think, that like he represents Latinos. So when he got that position, like a lot of the deputies in the jail and maybe even cops that are kind of Latino, he kind of looked up to him. So he kind of had some leeway, but that's all.
Any other public comment? Okay, so taking it back to you, so is there an action item, or is this kind of like a future discussion, or?
So it's discussion and possible action, we can make a motion today, or we can go back.
I second the motion.
There is no motion.
There's no motion.
I'm gonna second it.
We need to,
If we were gonna make a motion, would it be like to write a community impact statement saying that we want to have the.
I wish the stronger recommendations.
and probably what those strong items are to be added to that CIS. So you bring that next month, if you want.
Can we say something special?
No, I don't think it's too late. I think it's helpful that the city officials know our stance, even if it's after the motion's passed. I just can't commit to that based on capacity.
Okay. Well, it's on the table, if anybody wishes to speak on it. Okay, and then the second legislative action?
So this item is, oh, I'm sorry, Nye's hand was up.
Oh, hi, Nye.
Oh, it's down.
Hi, Nye. Okay. Last but not least.
So discussion of possible action to commit submit a CIS relating to approvals from the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So depending on your point of view, maybe a lighter topic, but this came up because someone who doesn't like Donald Trump
I knew it.
recognize that the current city ordinance requires city council to vote on every star that goes onto the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So he's like, the city has been in violation of its own law. All the stars, or Donald Trump's star needs to be removed. But the bigger picture is that the city council said, oh wow, you're right. According to the law, city council does have to vote on every star. So they're recommending, and they voted to take that approval out, city council's approval out, because they don't. So the recommended action is that the Bureau of Engineering, under Board of Public Works, continues with their approval process, and just that final stamp of approval from city council not be required, because they haven't been doing it, it would be unwieldy for them to do it.
We can't make a motion to remove Trump star.
I will say this, so, since 2016, that star has been vandalized over and over
Yes.
again, and a lot of tourists ask why that star, why they continue to replace it,
Yes.
Chamber of Commerce, every time it's been vandalized.
Yes.
There are a lot of people with, throughout the past 60 years that the Hollywood Walk of Fame has existed. Bill Cosby still has a star. I believe Harvey Weinstein has a star. There's a lot of people that have reasons that their star should be removed, and it has not. So the Chamber of Commerce, for the last of my awareness, they have a position that once a star is in the sidewalk, it stays there. So if we start a process where we're going to start pulling stars from the sidewalk for this reason or that reason, half of the stars on the boulevard are gonna be gone.
But that's the
Because
thing, is there is space for new people then?
Yes.
it's just going to be, there are
There's still plenty of space.
We took down Christopher Columbus' statues.
There are
off
2
campuses.
stars added, okay, separate issue, there are 2 stars added to the sidewalk every month. Do we want the city council to really be wasting their time on voting twice a month on who gets a star, who doesn't, who gets their star removed?
No, but I think
It just seems like an extremely wasteful.
I do think it should
amount of time.
petition for the people about who should be removed, kind of like a recall of stars.
It's going to be, every single star is going to come into question then. I mean, think about Charlie Chaplin's star will be removed. There is going to be he sex trafficked minors.
What? I didn't know.
Just like Scientology.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hubbard wants a star.
Not Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, your childhood, now look at you.
Literally think about the early 20th century, all of the people that were the original stars that you put in.
Yeah, the
Everybody,
said it.
I'm serious, there will be,
They were living their
60%
lives.
of the stars will be up for removal. Do we really want to waste our city resources on going through each of those?
Drones, it's not city resources.
But I,
Everybody jumps.
No, they're not.
You didn't say they were replacing
Oh,
it.
they're
When it
just-
gets
they're just
vandalized?
going-
Every
Vandalized.
star that once it's in the sidewalk, it stays there.
When it gets vandalized, it gets replaced, you said?
Yes,
so
but
they
that is
replace
paid for
it.
by,
The chamber, gotcha.
the chamber does not pay for the replacement, the person whose star it is pays for the replacement.
Oh, so Trump keeps paying for it?
so I think my only thing is.
Come on.
I'm not moving, but I would suggest that we don't prepare any kind of impact statement on this, just because it isn't, I know it's a Hollywood Walk of Fame, it's a big tourist attraction, but it's not like a monument to our ideals as a society, like it's literally Hollywood. And so we are, but it doesn't feel, like, I don't look at the Hollywood Walk of Fame as a representative of, like, my, or like, me as a citizen.
But it's this area we represent.
But it's more, in my mind, it's more of like a fundraising effort to keep the sidewalks clean.
Yes, ma'am?
Even though, I can't necessarily vote on the impact statement, but I do wanna say that I think it does make sense to remove the approval of the city council, because that does waste time. They're not already doing it, and I've been doing it, like, why not? So yeah, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I do agree, it's really weird of them to do that.
So my only thought in playing devil's advocate is maybe we could submit a CIS suggesting that some removal process be considered or proposed, because it sounds weird to me that once you have a star, you will always have a
Yeah.
star no matter what you
Yeah.
do. I just feel like that's a little extreme. And there's no mechanism, it's kind of like with kicking out a city council member, there's no mechanism, no matter what they do, they murder 10 people, they
Yeah, Jackson style, right?
So, that's my only thought, I'm not gonna die on that hill, I think we should do public comments and then decide if we want to listen.
Okay, let's go from left to right, or right to left.
Okay, yes, if we get to all vote on who stars we will vote, I would like to nominate Tom Cruise and Travolta, because they are part of a human trafficking organization that does abusive things like auditing children, which is so inappropriate that the police should be pounding down their doors, stopping it. They also do purification rituals. Again, the police should be there pounding down the doors, stopping it. It's inhumane what they do with these purification things. But, so that's my vote. Can we please remove Tom Cruise and Travolta? Other than that, I would say it's a waste of, like, the city has more things to do than to worry about, you know, whoever starred, if we, you know, and really, when it comes to political things, I mean, most of us are gonna hate one politician or the other. Are we really just gonna remove every politician star that we hate, you know? I mean, come on.
No, real quick, like sometimes when those celebrities, like they're found guilty or whatever, there's still sides that say they're not guilty, right? So sometimes that's why they think maybe we shouldn't remove them. And the other thing, like when you go to the movies and you enjoy a film, and you can still put your DVD in and all that, or stream it, you remember the entertainment or the good times you got from the film. The good times, even though they might be guilty, but you still remember the good times from the film. So so when you see it on the screen, you can still remember it and you enjoy that. That's all.
No, I'm just saying you guys are worried about this commission to, like, you know, to like remove the stars or not remove the stars. This city's just as corrupt as, like, with, look at L. Ron Hubbard Way. They're trafficking children all around the world. They've got their own street. The LAPD supports them all the time. I mean, what do you do? Dig up a street? You dig up stars? I don't know where you start or where you begin with that.
How can I get my star on the boulevard?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, don't do a Bill Cosby.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to IKEA Way. Okay, cool. So,
We have
anything
one
online?
phone caller.
Okay. Hello. Please don't be a person here.
Phone caller ending in 820, you should be able to unmute. There you go.
Hello.
Yeah, you have up to 2 minutes to make a public comment. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Chris from Central Hollywood. And I would like just to complain about the food that you have there. It's really cold and dry. It's hurting my mouth.
It's not related to.
This is Chris.
Sorry, that is not on
You
topic.
know, your budget is so big and you decided to give us cold ass.
Okay. Alrighty, well, that concludes that comment, and now we talk about upgrading the city.
It's up to the board. I don't.
I'd like to make a motion for city, who would write the letter? Whoever says the motion, whoever says the motion is gonna write and submit the community. You don't want to, should I make this motion? You don't want to?
I don't think those are the votes.
No? Well then, I want to voice the breath. Although we are in agreement that the city council shouldn't be doing this job, but we don't want to write the motion for it.
We could write a motion supporting the.
Yeah, vote on it. Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that
I
would be
don't
less
remove
impactful
anybody's
because
star.
they already passed.
Oh, they already passed that, they already passed that.
Okay.
They already, okay, we're in agreement. Okay, cool, never mind then.
Let's write a motion that says, good job.
Yeah. Okay, then that will be the end of all things that require voting. The only thing is just any reports from the board members, or let's just go to public, we just go to comments by the board members. This is the last portion. I just wanna say, we all gotta get here on time, and we need, like, everybody here. I am gonna agendize for Charles, per bylaws, to be removed from the neighborhood council.
So I think we should give him a chance to resign.
I did already.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, last meeting that he missed. I would ask again, but,
I think it would be
otherwise,
better for him because
we'll agendize it for next month. Yes.
And then
Hi,
we'll have a
Charles.
spot to drop somebody in? Cool.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Albina,
Yeah.
you know, you can agendize it, if you'd like. I do not intend to resign because this is a rescheduled meeting. This is the day after Memorial Day weekend. And, you know, go ahead and agendize it. If you want to push me off the board, that's fine. But I'll tell you what, I plan to challenge it. If I have to appeal it to the Department of Neighborhood Empowerment, that's fine. This is a special meeting, Albina. This is not a regular meeting night.
This is a general board meeting, as it says at the top of the agenda, and also there's
It's
other
a general
things that
board
were
meeting, but it's
missed.
rescheduled the day after
We
the
actually
Memorial
put
Day
this
holiday,
together.
Albina. So I welcome the opportunity for you to push me off the board, Albina, because I know that's what you've been pushing for the longest time. But believe me, I plan to challenge it, Albina. I plan to challenge it.
Nothing
So,
personal,
thank you.
my I started off the statement as people need to be on time and in attendance for us to have action and.
And Albina, I agree with that.
Quorum.
I
And also,
agree with
there's-
that, but
the
I
bylaws
plan
just
to
state
do
what the
that.
bylaws state, there's actually a number of absences.
Yes, but the
that are
bylaws
permitted.
state for special meetings, those do not
These are not-
count
this is a general
as
meeting.
absences, Albina.
This is not a special meeting. This is not a special meeting.
This is,
It was rescheduled.
Well, let's talk about this offline. This is just supposed to be comments, general announcements, right?
Yeah, come on, guys. Can we really have a meeting here?
thank you.
Other than that.
Brown Act. We can talk about it after.
I know, right? Brown Act.
Brown Act.
I will just say.
Albina, I don't like your attitude on this either.
I will just say.
I don't like your attitude.
Come on, guys. Grow up. Run a board here.
This is all adults here.
Okay.
I'm gonna raise a complaint with the Department of Neighborhood Empowerment
Okay.
before next month's meeting.
Okay. I attend every single meeting. I don't think I've ever missed a meeting in like 3 years. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna work with Nye to order swag for us to give away at the United
Don't worry
Pride.
about swag.
So if you have any suggestions for goodies, let us know. It
Last
doesn't have to be
time,
now.
yeah,
It can be offline.
last
Got
time
some
I did,
fireworks.
a little design, the girl and the dog. Would y'all mind if I took another stab at, because I also made the ride for last year in 2023. Do you remember that? Is it cool if I take another stab at the 2024 Pride swag? Or did you have something in mind?
Let's offline about what the swag will be, whether it's a tote bag or a shirt or a pen, etc., and then we can work out a
Talk
design.
about that. Yeah. But something that's inclusive, because remember like there was like love
Yeah.
the first year, and there was like the girl dog. So anyway.
Oh, I have a quick question before we move on. I remember there was some talk about if we wanted to do anything with our bylaws.
We missed that.
Are we doing that? Okay, that was a question.
It can be an ongoing discussion,
Yeah,
just the department has a window for us to submit bylaw
Yeah.
amendments, and we missed it.
cool. I don't even remember what I wanted to change, but it's cool.
It was when we were talking about increasing the size of the board.
Yeah.
Any other comments? All right, well, it is 7:59, we'll adjourn.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for showing up, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Let's all watch a movie.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to the.
Let's go watch a movie. And,
Going clear.
Always-
I recommend
always
going
bad.
clear. That's a really good one. Watch Going Clear.
let's have
This is like so ridiculous, right, you guys? This is like the most ridiculous meeting.
Yeah, I was at both. It was like a lifetime ago. I didn't know it was good.
You know, there's Mr. R. Wait. No vote. They don't do anything. They just sit here, fight back and forth. It's actually ridiculous. You sit there and you listen to them, and it's just like Jesus. Oh, sorry guys. There's.
You know, me, Blue Billy, 2 blocks that way. There's 1 block on that side. Has a humongous apartment, closed, sealed up, ready for demolition. A house, which used to be the school there, demolishment, and it looks like a church. If we could stop the house built roughly 1910, Bungalow, California.
You were saying that.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it though. But that really could put a monkey wrench.
We're like, I'm like pointing, and I'm like, no, write something up. There's historical societies there, and if
I
it's
tried to get them today, and I can't find the number. Everything's computerized. What?
it's hard. It's not easy.
In other words, shut up. Okay.
Okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Interesting. Okay, guys, we're gonna say goodnight, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Love ya. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye. All right, bye, guys.